Hey there, PhilChill here, and today there was a big surprise posted by ConcernedApe Twitter. It was mostly confirmed that we are getting a beach farm that you start from scratch, but this time with a few extra options that will make the game more fun when starting anew. So let's check them out. He posted a screenshot of the menu where you create your character for the first time and choose a farm, but this time it had some extra options. We can see at the bottom left there is now a ranch there that gives you access to the new advanced game options which affect your farm in multiple ways. The first option affects the community center bundles, since now you can choose to play with the same item requirements as you did till now, or choose the remixed version which will change up the required items for bundles in the community center. For example, if in the bundle before you needed a red cabbage to turn it in, now it will ask for a melon. This will make the game more fun for players that have already completed the community center on other playthroughs. The second option is for a guaranteed community center completion in your first year. Since the red cabbage was available from your second year in the merchants, by activating this option, the merchants will have the seeds for the community center bundles in their first year. The last two options are the mine rewards, from which I think you can increase the rewards you get from mining artificially or leave it as normal. And the last one, which is pretty special, is that now you can start any farm with monsters enabled or disabled even on the wilderness farm. The only thing is that only on the wilderness farm we will have the highest chance in spawning wilderness golems than any other farm in the game, and they will drop mixed seeds and rice shoots which will make them really valuable in early game. On the right side though, we can see the new farm added at the list of farms that you can choose from. The description says, good for foraging and fishing with lots of open space. This probably means for foraging we'll get clams, lobsters, sea urchins and more aquatic forageable items, as well as a new item which is a supply crate. As this is a new item, we don't really know what we will get in it, but as the name suggests, a supply crate, we probably can expect some seeds, items, goods, or something like that. This will be a really good addition to our early game finances, which will help us a lot in the beginning. But the new farm will be coming with a restriction, which is sprinklers don't work on this farm. This will probably put off some players, as managing a really big farm requires a huge amount of energy, for which the sprinklers help out a lot. Watering a huge amount of crops by hand will put off a lot of players, as they will want to spend that energy and time on some other tasks instead of taking care of the farm. So planning your crops with your energy levels will now be a must, and also you need to aim fast for the watering can upgrades, as they will be a lifesaver if you get them quickly. ConcernedApe responded that this was intended for this farm, and though it's controversial, he wanted to give a bit of warning for all the players. We'll just need to see how this turns out in the community, as there are some that would like to have big farms and spend their energy elsewhere. For me it's not a big problem, as I enjoy watering them by hand, but I will limit the number of crops that I have. What do you think about this feature? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comment section, as I would like to hear them. He also went on to answer some extra questions that people had and gave us more extra information about the new update. There was another person that asked about the wilderness farm and the monster activation, which can seemingly remove the advantage of the wilderness farm, since now you can choose to have monsters on any other farm in the game. To this ConcernedApe replied that he increased the spawn chance of wilderness golems in the wilderness farm compared to all the other farms in the game, which will make the wilderness farm to be still desirable for players for the early game advantage, because the wilderness golems dropped rice shoots and mixed seeds. And for the peaceful players out there, it was confirmed that you can deactivate the monsters even on the wilderness farm from now on. A person asked about the advanced game options and whether we will be able to change them on already made farms, to which Concerned Ape replied that the options are only available when making a new farm and can't be changed once you've started the game. Concerned Ape also gave us some extra information on the remixed bundles, which I think is a really good idea, especially when starting a new farm. This way you won't be only limited to the same items, and completing them will be more fun than gathering the same items all over again. I would like to know what are your thoughts on this option. There was also one question about how would grass work on the new beach farm, as a lot of the animals' food came from that source. To which Concerned Ape responded that the beach sand will work as a normal soil and we will have grass all the time. About planting on the new farm, he confirmed that sand will work as normal soil and you can plant everything without any restrictions. As well, that some areas will have normal soil around but not in big quantities. There was also an update on the release date, in which Concerned Ape said that the game can come out on PC this year, while on consoles next year if there are no delays. All in all, I'm glad we got to hear something new about the new upcoming 1.5 update, and the information this time for some may be good, but for others not so much. But I think this will have us play more smartly and plan in advance for the most part. What do you think on all of these options? Do you think removing the sprinklers is a bad idea? I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments. Well, that's it from me. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe to my channel, as I will be making more of this in the future. Hope you stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.